Oil sell-off is resumed. The quotes have fallen for the second day in a row. Chances are high that Brent crude will drop below $39 per barrel. Given the current situation in the energy market, the Russian currency may well return to the level of 78 against the US dollar. The reason for a depreciation of oil remained the same. They were the national lockdowns introduced in major European countries and production growth in Libya. Both factors combined exacerbate the problem of oversupply. An alarming global epidemiological situation is likely to prompt OPEC Plus to new production cuts. Markets are also closely monitoring election results in the United States. It seems that both candidates have already declared themselves a winner, even though the vote count has not finished yet. Judging by the reaction of investors, they tend to believe in the victory of the Democratic candidate, whose presidency is associated with the risk of the oil market. Joe Biden is expected to start a fierce fight against the coronavirus. Consequently, a new lockdown may be introduced. In this case scenario, the demand for oil will fall significantly. Another reason for concerns is Biden's rhetoric on Iran. If sanctions against Tehran are lifted and Iran restores its international trade in raw materials, the volume of oil in the market will drastically increase. This state of affairs is unlikely to please market players given the current surplus. Most likely, oil will continue to decline. If Joe Biden wins the election, the quotes will be rapidly moving in the downward trend. At the start of the trading session on Friday, the price of the nearest WTI contract was above $38 per barrel, declining by more than 1%. Brent futures for January delivery also fell by more than 1%. Despite the downward trend, Brent futures were still trading above $40 per barrel. Currently, oil has no reasons for growth. The quotes are expected to continue the downward trend. In case the situation in global markets aggravates, Brent may well fall below $39 per barrel. After breakout of this level, bears will be able to push the price to the area of $35 per barrel. The Russian ruble did not collapse on the expectations of Biden's victory. On the contrary, the currency rose yesterday. However, it's difficult to call it a strengthening, rather it was a correctional movement. Today, the Russian ruble is trading in the negative territory again. The USD Ruble pair has moved away from the psychologically important level of 76.80. Given that growth of oil prices has stalled, the Russian currency may close this week at the level of around 78. If the increased demand for risky assets is retained, one should not exclude a short-term strengthening of the ruble to 75 against the US dollar. Apart from the US presidential election, one should not lose sight of other negative factors for the ruble. These are the consequences of the second wave of the coronavirus pandemic, political upheavals in post-Soviet countries, and the economic crisis in other emerging markets. All this can contribute to a rise in the number of short positions on the Russian ruble and increase the demand for the US dollar. That's all for now. We wish you profitable deals and waiting for you on our channel in a couple of hours.